The initial draw to the PACC was really that advocacy for parents who had gone through the child welfare system and what that looks like in permanency for them and how we keep kids connected. And not just, oh, you have a new family now and here you go with your new identity. So I was excited about deepening my practice through the PACC so that I could advocate for permanency.
What drew me to participate in the PACC program was a deep desire to enhance my clinical experience in adoption and permanency. As a transracial adoptee, I have lived experience. I knew that as a therapist in a newer field, I also wanted to have the clinical training to do this critical work.
I was looking for an opportunity to just deepen my clinical skills in general. I also love grief and loss work, attachment work, trauma work, and identity work, and so this seemed to all the things melded together into one program. So I was like, yes, please sign me up.
What was helpful for me was being side by side with social workers, with adoption workers, other people in other parts of the adoption field to learn about what their job is. I didn't know much about that at all.
That there is also now this willingness to have more and more people as getting specialized in helping and supporting.
You should know first that I'm an adoptive parent and I worked in child welfare. And those two worlds did not merge together very well at all. So actually hearing the lived experience of people who worked with other adoptive families or child welfare families gave me a green light to actually be more open.
And I can take a lot of those, like the different parts of her story to apply to just my experience personally, but also the experience of the hundreds of thousands of adoptees in my own community.
There were exercises at PACC that were centered on helping us identify our biases, and I felt like the instructors were non-judgmental within these exercises. It was really just about saying, hey, we all have biases, let's own them so that they don't become controlling or a hindrance towards the kids and families with whom we're working.
And for the first time, instead of demonizing the first families, I was able to have compassion and sympathy for them because they weren't a project, they were my peers.
It's nice to see various stories and how we're coming to families in various ways and how we can work together. And I've actually used it in my current role. We do resources and networking for families with adoption, kinship, and foster care. So I've had therapists reach out to me asking how we can help their current families or resources as well as my opinion on things.
We have child welfare workers, we have guardian ad litems, we have kind of people from all over and all the different entry points for families, and that was really helpful for me to see how interdisciplinary it is and that all of those voices are needed and not just the clinical voice.
It also takes a broad number of people with different expertise to start to understand how difficult this challenge is and which different support people will need.
I'm super excited about the cross-disciplinary practice or the future of it with the PACC network. And I think that the best work that we can do for the communities that we're serving is one where we're coming together. It is like the beginning of a shared language, right? And if we have shared language, then we have shared understandings, and ultimately that results in better outcomes for families and children.